Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Hayabusa, is 5 different ways that you can land your low kicks. In today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 low kick variations. And if those who've been following my channel for a while understand that, there's so many different variations of the same strike that you need to practice and understand the differences. A beginner is really going to think that there's only one type of low kick. An intermediate might say there's 2 or 3, but someone who's an advanced striker is going to know that there's different options, variations, angles, level changes. So that's where the advanced side of the striking comes in. So let's break down the 5 for you. Now, I'm going to start with one that I throw a lot and which tends to have a little bit of controversy in the community because everyone says you need to always pivot with your kicks. Well, you don't really have to. There's different setup low kicks, finish low kicks, but as I give you the different variations, some of them are good for setup, some of them are good to set up your hands, some of them are good to finish the leg. You have to use them in your toolkit to get the best damage, but these are the 5, okay? The first one, my personal favorite, I barely pivot, so I'm gonna throw my low kick, okay, by turning my hip and just smacking the leg. It's not meant to finish the leg. These are meant to be fast. They're meant to hit the bottom of the quad, just the top of the knee, and it's fast. So even if Matt jabs, boom, he has no idea because I didn't telegraph at all. Boom, I throw and chop that kick. Those who watch the UFC, watch Alex Pereira throw these types of low kicks. Very effective. He doesn't have to move much, and you can still chop those legs. They add up as the fight goes on. So that's the no pivot. But the no pivot step can be used with levels. So the jab comes even, I can hit the quad, I can hit the calf. I have the options to level change very easily. And they're fast, okay? But remember, they're not meant to do damage. When I want to start adding to the damage, variation 2 comes in, which is called a pivot. Now, there's different ways to pivot, but this one here, I'm going to step straight on the ball of my foot, okay? My front foot's pointing forward. As I kick now, it's when I pivot and I come back to a front foot position. So my front foot is pointing straight. As I low kick, I pivot, and then I come back to my original stance. You can see now I can start cutting my angle down. I can use the blade of my shin to now penetrate the meat of the quad. I can cut in. I can start rotating. I can turn my hip over, which is ultimately going to give me more power. So now from here, I take a little step, I pivot, and then I come back. Now, just like the setup kick, the no pivot, I can go calf and quad very easily. When I pivot now, I'm trying to aim a little bit more mid-quad or high. I'm trying to do damage. When I want to finish the leg, I go more mid-quad or higher. That does more damage. So when I do pivot now, boom, I start hitting higher. Even better, I might slowly edge up and hit higher on my shin. So that first one, I hit with my instep. The second one here, as I'm pivoting, I'm hitting more now with the bottom of my shin, starting to make them feel the blade. All right, so that's the pivot. The third one is going to do the most damage, okay, and that's called the chop step. Now, the chop step, instead of stepping on a straight foot, which I told you to do in the last one on the pivot, this time we're stepping and jumping into the pivot. Step, chop, okay? And you can see the angle of my kick, the way it comes down. Now I'm able to penetrate and cut the meat down really good. So this one here is usually when I have you shelled up, right from this position, bang, cut down and chop. Now you notice high shin, high on the leg, that finishes the leg. So when I come in here, I come really heavy and I'm going high, 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 basically getting just underneath that hip. You catch someone there, you can freeze that whole leg very easily. That's why attacking the back leg is very valuable, going a little higher, okay? So the chop step, high shin, higher on the leg, okay? So quick recap to review where we are so far. We have a no pivot, which ends up being a setup kick. Hit the bottom of my shin or my instep. Calf really well, it's hidden. Quad, very quick and fast. I want to start doing damage. I step straight, I start pivoting. Boom, add a little bit more damage. Higher on my shin, higher up on my opponent's legs. Boom, I feel the leg gets hurt. I add the chop step. Bang, okay? Keep it here, bang. Cut down very well. So you can see how the variations start mixing, matching, and you understand when to use different ones, how to use them, what part of the leg. You have to strategically place. You don't just kick in this big direction. You have to constantly hit the same spot on the leg if you want to finish it. If you hit the bottom, mid, high, bottom, You're letting that part of the leg relax. Hit the same spot over and over and over and over. You go for 9 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't care how long your fight is. Eventually, that's going to wear and do damage, all right? So consistency on where you're landing. If you want to use your instep first, I'm hitting right here, instep first. I might hit with my shin. I might chop. I'm constantly going to that repetition, same spot. That's how you finish the leg. All right, now, it might require you now to take some angles. So number 4, we're going to cut an angle to make sure we're off center line. The easiest way, right, is to step outside. So as I take a quick angle here, usually I like to use a hand frame to stay safe, but it's so hard for someone to block now because I have this whole angle. If you're going for a calf kick, right, it's very difficult. I might hurt my shin, but if I can take this angle, that is the best angle for you to land a calf kick. So if I'm here, slightly back leg out, it's very hard for them to block, and I can get that nice part of the calf that does the damage. When you want to finish someone with a calf kick, it's almost going a little bit more through your soleus here. So I can get that nice part there that kind of shuts the calf down, hitting the nerve. It's beautiful to take that angle. Safer on you, okay? But I can go to the quad very well. Cut an angle here, bang, nice quad kick, very good. Off center line, I'm safe from the power side. Now, sometimes I might want to even time the rear hand, but take the angle to the other side. So I use almost a step. I wouldn't call it a chop step, but I'm stepping out on an angle to get my head offline. So I throw my head offline, and I'm able to attack the leg. The beautiful thing about that, when we're talking about leg damage, most people and fighters are conditioned on the outside of their quad. When you come and start cutting and chopping around the front, that does a lot more damage. We're not conditioned on the front. So by me angling off here and attacking, it's giving me access to the front of the leg, which will do more damage, all right? Now, talking about hitting the front, this is going to lead us to the 5th and final one, which is attacking with more of a forward style low kick, okay? Forward style low kick. What does that mean, right? Usually we learn by pivoting. Now, one of the best low kickers right now in kickboxing, to me, is Murat Grigorian, right? Yes, we heard of the Liam Harrisons. We all have different styles of low kicks. Watch my career, I was very punch versus kick based. I moved you into my strikes. Liam Harrison was very great at the chop steps, those quick ones, right? He folds this way for power, right? Instead of always having to telegraph his kicks. Right? Pereira, you know, less pivot, but more here, more open. So we all have different styles of landing, but we all do different things very differently. Now, Murat Grigorian, him being a pressure fighter, he walks you down, and instead of kicking round where you know you're going to defend it, his low kicks come more forward. He comes this way, okay? He'll attack with a bent leg this way, but ultimately that front of that shin is coming this way on the leg. So when he does damage, the leg doesn't go this way, the leg goes this way, okay? And attacking on that angle is very dangerous because of the knee, right? You can pop the knee back, but just getting the nice front of that quad will do the damage. Now, if you set them up with some of the other variations, no pivot when I'm ready, come in and boom, right? You see how I use my angle, my body? That's an instant Charlie horse to finish that leg, okay? So 5 different variations. I hate when someone says there's only one way. This is the wrong way of throwing it. There is no wrong way. It's a different way of throwing it. But when you have an intelligent system that lets you throw in different ways, different steps, different types of damage. When you throw a jab or a cross, not everyone's powerful. Some of them come up on up angles. Some of them are tempoed. Some of them are singles, doubles, vertical, horizontal, up, head offline, jab to the body. You get the point. Variations help you land more successfully. But with the low kick, changing the level you land on the quad, right? We have knee up, but also we have the calf now. Are you taking angles? Is your head offline? Are you kicking more forward versus round? How are you pivoting? Make yourself an advanced striker by understanding, practicing them, and putting them in your own system. What does it mean to put in your own system? Well, for me, I'm going to use different variations within the same sequence. I might throw straight punches with a no pivot kick to make sure he's not blocking. Once I know he's not blocking, I might do the forward low kick, or I might chop down and step. But I'm going to set it up using one of the more safer variations, bottom of the leg, lower instep. As I'm confident I'm going to finish that leg, higher my shin, higher up on their leg. That gets me my damage, okay? Hope you learned a lot in today's episode. Low kick specialist, okay? Make sure you practice these. I want to to be known as the low kick specialist. So start practicing, start learning, and you can see how it plays into your sparring and fights, all right? Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you support the channel by supporting our sponsors. First, we have Hayabusa by going to Hayabusa Fight, the T3 boxing glove line, and these hybrid MMA gloves, my personal favorites. Then we have Perfect Sports Nutrition using code Bazooka20, 20% off your supplements. Right now, the Altered State pre-workout, one of my favorites. And they have this new 360-gram protein, very small bottles of protein that have been fantastic for my traveling. And last but not least, bazookatraining.com. If you like this episode, the variations, all the lessons, head over to bazookatraining.com and you get online curriculum taught by me. Brand new episodes and lessons every single Monday, and you get 4 brand new videos, all different types of videos. We have home workouts, bag workouts, sparring drills, tutorials, all for your learning, so you get to watch them all every week. Now with an archive library of well over 300 videos from you to learn from and study from, okay? And the best part of it, it's less than $10 a month. You can't beat that anywhere. And I can guarantee you that curriculum that you learn from there is gonna be way more than you're getting anywhere else. Supplement it with your own training, use online training, diversify your knowledge, all right? We'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, 1, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's gonna give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're gonna be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.